All right, guys. So, as promised, I've got a quick math video, and this is really just going to be review. If you are watching this, if you're not, then you're not even going to see this, so it doesn't really matter. But I wanted to go over addition and subtraction with triple digit, a lot of the work that we did for the past 2 or 3 weeks. This week we're starting something new, so this will not really apply to it too much, but it will help out with some of our word or math stories that we're doing, word problems, math stories, whichever one you call. But you're not going to be able to see me, but you will be able to see the board. So, moving right along. So I did a place value chart here. Miss Emily, can we still see the board? I did move it a couple times. You good? Okay. So we're going to do the place value chart, and then I'm also going to do the vertical form. And I hope that a lot of people are feeling comfortable with the vertical form. But remember, even on addition or subtraction, we can show the same exact work with either method. The vertical form is really what I want us to feel super comfortable with and try to do each time. But if you're still using the place value chart, that is okay as well. So the first problem is 284, and of course I wrote this too high up, plus 342. Now, in addition, we are trying to find the whole. We have these two parts here. We don't know what it is combined. That's what we're trying to figure out, the whole of the problem. So we have part 1, part 2. When we combine part 1 and 2, the two parts, we will find the whole. In subtraction, it's different. We have a whole, we have a part. We have to subtract that part to come up with our answer, because if you subtract a part from a whole, once you take that part away, the only thing that's left is the second part, part number 2. But here we are combining 2. So on our chart, we will represent both numbers since we are just combining everything. So, oh my goodness, I almost made a mistake. I started writing 2 in the 10 spot rather than the hundreds. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other number is 342. Now, if I was sitting in front of you guys right now, I would say, where do we start? Always, 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 we start in the ones place. So let's see if we have anything special we need to do. We're looking for, if we have more than 10 of something, we are going to combine and we are going to bundle and make a new unit, because if you have more than 10 in a spot, it is too many. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. So we have 6 ones. We do not need to bundle. In the 10 spot, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Here, 8 plus 4 is 12. Uh-oh. So if you have 10 tens, you have to bundle and put it here. And 12 tens, we are going to bundle the 10, and we're going to make that into a brand new 100. So no more those 10 tens now bundled and they made a brand new 100. Here it's the same thing, except we have 12 tens. You can't have 12 here because this is what it would look like, and that does not look right. So those 10 tens, that 1, it represents 10 tens, or 100, it goes in the 100 spot because 10 tens makes a new 100. And now we count our hundreds. 100 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 626. So that is our answer there. Now, I'm only going to do vertical form because it takes a long time to do that place value chart. Next problem. 416 plus 286. And now the biggest difference of what we did together in class and what you kind of did on Zern is if you have too many tens, just like what we did in the ones place, if you have more than 10 ones, you put the 10 ones here and whatever's left over, whatever you could not bundle, because remember, in the bundle, there's only 10 per bundle. So let's start in our ones. 6 plus 6, well, that's a doubles fact. I know that's 2, stays here, and I'm going to take my 10 in the number 12 and put it here. So I have my 10 here, my 2 here, and I am done. Now let's keep going. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. Okay, so I put my 10s here, and since it is 10, I can bundle a new 100. So we had 10 tens. When I bundle 10 tens and put it into the 100 spot, I can now bundle to make 100, and there were 0 tens left over. 100 plus 400 is 500. 500 plus 200 is 702. And the last one, 627 plus 194. All right, so let's start back in that ones place. We know that only one digit can go down here. So if you have a number, if you add your ones, tens, or hundreds together and you get a 2-digit number, you know, oh, it's time to bundle. Time to put 10 of those units in the next spot. 7 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I do have enough to bundle, so I'm going to bundle that new 10, put it right there, and drop down what I did not bundle. Here I'm going to start at the top. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 9. 9 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, I can bundle. Put my 100 here and my 2 here. And then I add down again. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 821. Now subtraction is a little different. Let me get that. Okay, it's a little different. Now we're switching into subtraction where we have a whole. This has 2 parts in it. And we know that one of the parts is this. So we know that one part is 283. We have to subtract that away. So the only thing we represent in subtraction is the whole, because we're going to take 283 away from it. All right, so just like always, let's try to figure out, let's start in the ones place. All right, so we have 5, and it wants us to take away 3. I can do that. 1, 2, 3. What's left over? What's left over? Same thing. We have 6, and it wants us to, oh no, it wants us to take away 8. And that cannot happen. So we unbundle or bring 10 tens over. We bring those over. And the same thing down here. I'm borrowing 1. And now this is 16 because I'm bringing 10 over. I take 100. I break up that 10 into 10s, or sorry, I break up that 100 into 10 tens, and I'm adding that to whatever is in the 10 spot. So now we can subtract. 16 minus 8, it is a doubles fact, but if you needed this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and then if you count all those up together, it will say 8. And now we have 200s, and it wants us to take away 200s. Uh-oh. 0. Now you don't have to put that 0 there, but I like to put it there. So that is for subtraction. Let's do a couple more. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Now, if you're looking at it, and if you go through each one, we have 5 up here. If there's more on the floor, you go next door and get 10 more. So we have 5 here, and it wants us to take away 6. Now, even though this still does not have enough, even though it still has enough, we're not worrying about that. As long as it has something there, we can borrow 110, break it up into some ones, and now we have 15 because we had 5 there, we broke up a 10, and now we have 15. You're bringing 10 ones over to the ones place. So we can solve that now. 15 minus 6, I'm going to count back. So 15 minus 5 is 10. 15 minus 6 is 1 less than 10, so that is 9. Now we go to the tens. 4 take away, we're taking 8 away from 4, not possible. So we now have 200s. I'm bringing that over to the 10 spot, and I'm going to add those 10 tens to the 10 spot. So I had 4, I brought 10 tens over, now I have 14 tens. And that is a quick fact for me. I don't know why I've memorized it, but I did. 6. Now 2, take away 1, 169. Last problem. Now these are tricky. These are very tricky. Because if we're starting in the ones like we always do, we're starting here and it's like, oh no. Well, I know that I don't have enough, so I come next door, ooh, I don't have any tens. Well, how do we get some tens? Well, we got to come to the hundreds. So our first step is to cross out 600s and write a 5 because I'm taking one group of 100 over here. I'm taking it here. So now instead of 0 tens, I have 10 tens. I had 0, I brought 10 tens or 100 from the 100 spot, and now I have enough. Now I have enough to borrow. So I'm going to unbundle a 10, and I now have 12 because of the 2 that was there. Don't forget that you have 2 there already. You're bringing 10 over. Yes, we had to unbundle one to get 10 new units, but you already had 2 there. That's the biggest common mistake that I see with a lot of campers. All right, now we just subtract. Good old-fashioned subtraction. 12 minus 5. Well, let's just count back one by one. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 9 minus 4, 5. 5 minus 2, 3. 357. And that is it, guys. Thank you if you're with me. I hope that this helps. You and I are going to be doing some problems together whenever I do my student calls next week. And we're going to be doing this for the next couple weeks while you're working on that equal groups and multiplication and stuff like that. Because I want to make sure that we have definitely the subtraction down. I know a lot of us have that addition. So have a good afternoon, guys. Bye.